What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable Friday. Every Friday, I bring an episode like this where I take you behind the scenes on real life challenges we face in scaling a SaaS business to this amazing 1 million ARR mark. On today's episode, I'm going to take you behind the scenes on the exact process we followed to validate our SaaS idea. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm so excited about episode number two of Unstoppable Friday. In this channel, I help SaaS founders like you navigate the path to the next stage of growth, navigate the path to product market fit and beyond. So if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, because I bring an episode like this every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're back, well, welcome back. Really excited to see you over here. In today's episode, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes. So every Friday, as you know, I take you behind the scenes on a SaaS business that I myself am building with my co-founder. And on today's episode, this is episode number 2, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes as we navigate this 1 million ARR challenge. I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes on how we validated our SaaS idea. So a little bit of context really quick. By the way, if you're excited to dig into this and if you're excited about this format that we're doing, please smash that like button. It means the world to me and my team. Also comment below and let me know what your thoughts are as we navigate all this and what questions you have. I'll be monitoring the comments to make sure I answer questions to clarify everything I talk about today. So just some context. We're building a SaaS business. In this channel, I help SaaS founders as part of my SaaS School to help you scale your SaaS business. So we have a set of principles. And so every Sunday, I help you figure out how to start a SaaS business. Every Wednesday, I help you actually scale your go-to-market machine. Inside of our SaaS School, we work with you to actually apply all of our principles. And on Friday, I take you behind the scenes on how we're using our own principles in SaaS School and applying it to building our own SaaS business. So that's what we'll be doing here today. So that's the context. Our goal is to get to 1 million ARR. We're about 3K ARR right now, so we have a bit to go. We don't know how long it's going to take, but we want to get there as fast as possible, and I'll be taking you through that journey in these Unstoppable Friday episodes. If you missed the last episode I give the full context around how we followed our own principles to really establish this idea, and so you can check that out here. We'll link to it below as well. You can check it out after this. Today, I want to talk a little bit about how we validated the core idea, how we actually validated our idea once we kind of laid out the strategy. Now, when it comes to validating idea, there's 3 things you got to dig into. You got to think about the market, the product, and the go-to-market. And the big thing that I teach inside of SaaS School is if you really want to validate your product the right way, if you really want to increase your chances of success, you should start by building an audience. In order to go from that first stage, which is 0 to some revenue, you should start by building an audience. You build that audience, you really understand them. Along with your thesis, you go out there with your message, and then you give them what they want. That's how you build the best software product. So that's what we did. And so I'm going to walk you through how I really dug into this market piece and really went from 0 to 1, from nothing to some revenue, right? And in future episodes, we'll talk more about what we did around product and go-to-market and what we're doing to scale to 1 million ARR. But for this episode, let's just dig into how we validated the idea, because I'm a big believer, if you want to validate your idea, build an audience first. But here's how we did it. How we did it was we built an unstoppable sales funnel. This is my method that I teach inside of my SaaS School, inside of my go-to-market programs for SaaS founders to actually not just build and grow revenues, but also validate their idea early on. And so in true form, I applied all the principles that I teach for this Sunday application that we are building to get to 1 million ARR. How do we do that? Well, there's 3 parts to an unstoppable sales funnel. The first part is your ideal customer profile. The second part is what we call your manifesto. And the third part is your Broadway show. Let me walk you through step by step what each of these did for us. So firstly, and I mentioned this in the last episode, we really worked on defining our ideal customer profile. So our app helps you actually plan your week and live a more proactive life and get the right mindset to go into every Monday with a plan, right? That's what our app does. Now, we wanted to get the right ideal customer for this. We knew the group of people we want to serve were high achievers. We knew that they were roughly 25 to 45 years old. And it's about 50-50 male, female. So there's no gender gap there or gender difference there. And we knew that these were people that were capable of more. These are people that have done a bunch of stuff in life, but they're kind of like, I don't think this is it, and I want to do more, and I know there's a better way to do this, and I know I have goals. I know I want to do more. I just don't know how to unlock myself. Those are the people that we wanted to work with. And so the way an unstoppable sales funnel works to validate your idea is we say, really get crystal clear on your ideal customer profile, and then create a manifesto. And use that manifesto to actually generate and build an audience so that you can really validate what software to build for them. And so, sure enough, the next thing that I did was I built this manifesto. So this is my manifesto right here for this group of people who are high achievers, who are 25 to 45 years old, and we want to get them into our app every Sunday to practice this thing called Unstoppable Sunday to plan their week. We're like, all right, if we want to target those people and serve those people, let's create a manifesto on our unique point of view. This is something we teach inside of SaaS School. We help you actually create this manifesto so that you can actually go into the market, build an audience, attract demand, drive growth in a very, very differentiated way. And so for our manifesto, we figured these people are at a point where they really want clarity in their life, not just their weeks, but their lives. If they have clarity in their life, then they'll want to rise up to a much higher state. They'll want to plan their week. They want to adopt the mindset to go execute that plan that they're really excited about. So what we started with was a manifesto around a life planning guide. Now you'll notice this is very disconnected from actual software. We weren't trying to create software at this point. We just wanted to build an audience and serve these group of people and attract this group of people in a very compelling way. And so I created a very simple life planning guide. This is the actual landing page for it. It's fairly simple. It's a life planning guide. Everyone needs a plan. Yours needs to be unstoppable. That might sound familiar because I say this in all my episodes for my SaaS business. And we basically walk you through like, hey, here's a free guide. It's my manifesto on if you're at a point in your life where enough is enough and you really know you're capable of more and you really want to go after it, here's a free guide with a set of videos that you can download. It's my manifesto on how to live a more proactive life, how to have an unstoppable strategy. And when you sign up for this, you essentially get a copy of our guide. I'll show you our guide right here. And it's super simple. It's not that complicated. However, there's an art to creating these. They look simple in the outside so everyone can consume them, but there's a real art in creating these manifestos, which is what we teach in the program. So I created my manifesto. It's a 5-step life planning guide. I welcome them into it. I'll link them to a training webinar if they want real hands-on help on that. And I walk them through some steps. And sure enough, by the end of it, you'll see over here in step 5, we say, hey, by the way, now that you have this basic life plan, you should make sure you adopt an unstoppable mindset. You should make sure that you stay present on your goals. You review your goals every week. And there's a very specific way we teach you how to do this. And guess what? There's software that helps you do this. So click here to actually sign up, and you can actually set up that software. And sure enough, what ends up happening is we get people who are high achievers, we target them, and we point them into our life planning guide, and then we point them to our actual app, right? So this is how we did it. And because we started with this manifesto, this unique point of view, there was no selling involved. I wasn't trying to convince anyone to buy anything. I wasn't trying to convince anyone to log into some software or download anything or set up an account. It was purely like, look, we want to serve you. We want to build an audience of high achievers who know they're capable of more, and we want to actually serve them and helping them create a broader life plan so that we can figure out if there's real validity to this app we want to build, which helps the people plan their weeks. Are you guys getting this? Isn't this awesome? So if you're with me, if you're starting to see the difference in this approach here, instead of just writing a bunch of code and building something just for ourselves and hoping that we can go figure out sales and marketing later, if you're starting to see the difference in this approach here, can I just get a yes in the comments below? And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do so. It means the world to us. Okay, so we started with ideal customer profile, then we created our manifesto in a very specific way, and then we ran our actual Broadway show. You might be wondering what a Broadway show is. So most startup teams, when they try to do sales and marketing, they're trying to spin up everything. They say, we're gonna run ads, we're gonna do a blog, we're gonna do content marketing, we're gonna be on TikTok, you name it. And they try to come up every week with new, fresh content that you're gonna share. That's different. That's really hard to do because A, you're just all over the place. B, you don't have enough manpower to create that much quality content. And C, like it delivers questionable returns. Something like 96% of startups fail even after raising a seed round. Do you really think they didn't do all those things? They checked off all the boxes. What they didn't do was come out with a differentiated message and strategy. So we do things differently inside of SaaS School. For us unstoppable founders, we say, all right, let's actually focus in on a very specific ideal customer profile. We call it your initial customer profile. Then we say, let's create your manifesto. And then we say, let's run one show with one piece of content, with one core message. Let's do all of these things every week. Let's just run this every single week to promote our manifesto. Because we know there's thousands of people, there's probably 100,000 people plus that we know would be ready and willing to engage right now in building a life plan. So let's make it where we just run this one show. And for us, the thing that we did was we did a YouTube video every week and we shared something on Instagram every week. That's it. YouTube and Instagram. We just shared that and kept linking to our manifesto. We kept sharing, build a life plan. You got to have a life plan. You want to be proactive. You know you're capable of more. And we linked to our manifesto. When people linked to the manifesto, originally we just wanted to understand if people were interested in this. We didn't even know the software. And once we understood that, we said, oh, do they care about the weekly practice? Once we validated the weekly practice, we started doing it manually. Once we started to understand that people wanted to do the weekly practice manually, like with me just being on a call, we said, okay, let's go create the software. And we asked them, like, what do you want more of? They said, well, we want to be notified. We want to be reminded to practice Unstoppable Sunday. And so we built all of that into the software. So the core of this is we started with ICP, then we built our manifesto, then we ran our Broadway show, and the Broadway show always linked to our manifesto. People downloaded our manifesto and then started engaging with the product and engaging with us, and we got quality conversations to understand what they cared about. Are you guys starting to get this? So that's how we validated our message. We started with an audience, we built up that audience, we attracted those people, we talked to those people, we understood what they wanted, then we started building out the product and we started testing if they're willing to pay for it. And that brings us more or less to today. As you might know, like I believe SaaS businesses go through certain inflection points. And so for us, the first inflection point was a 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is like, can we go from nothing to some sort of an audience to them, some of them paying us for something. So we validated that. We're like, okay, there's a real market here. People care about this. We're getting testimonials. People are paying some money. Awesome. Once we validated that with our Unstoppable sales funnel, then we say, okay, let's actually build out the product. And we've built out the product. You can actually sign up for it now. You can just go to unstoppablesunday.com and you can sign up. And once we have the product, we said, all right, let's keep running our Unstoppable sales funnel. Let's keep bringing more people in and let's make sure they're activating and let's make sure they're actually engaging. And once we have that, once we get to a certain amount of revenues, we have a little bit now, we want to grow that. Once we know like, okay, there's revenues, people are activating in the product, this is something I'll cover in the next episode. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon, I'll cover it then. Once we've done that, then we shift into a full go-to-market machine. Then we say, you know what, we've got something, we've got some revenues, let's really build our really strong Unstoppable sales funnel to really scale this. And we'll use all the data from the earlier stages to go after this part. So that's what I wanted to cover today. We didn't just start building some software and say, people are going to love this. We started with like, who do we want to target? How do we attract them using an Unstoppable sales funnel? How do we build an audience? And then how do we get that audience to sign up for the product and use it every single week? And then we said, how do we monetize? And then we said, okay, cool, we're monetizing. Now we're getting into how do we actually scale this Unstoppable sales funnel. Now that we covered how to validate your SaaS idea, in the next episode of Unstoppable Friday, I'm going to be digging a little bit more into how do we actually scale revenues, how do we measure things inside the product. These are all principles we teach inside the program. So if you're going through this journey and you're getting value and you're like, you know what, I really want to use these principles, just like TK and his team are doing. I want to build an Unstoppable sales funnel for my SaaS product. I want to validate my idea. Or maybe it's time for me to actually scale my go-to-market machine. If you are in that stage and you want to come join this party, we're having a ton of fun, and you want to grow your SaaS business the unstoppable way, then follow the links below. There's 2 links. One is to our SaaS school. So if you're super early stage, you'll want to join our SaaS school. That helps you really hone in your idea, put in the right pieces in place and validate it. If you already have a product and you already have revenues, then you'll want to join our go-to-market program. So I'll link to that below as well. In the go-to-market program, we actually help you focus on building an unstoppable sales funnel, your one growth engine to scale your SaaS business, to scale your revenues and grow faster. Both of them incredible programs. It just depends on what stage you're in. And one last thing I'll give you is I have a 10-point SaaS business checklist. So that checklist walks you through some core questions that will help you understand where you are in your business. So I'll link to that below, or you can go to tkkader.com/SaaS-checklist. That's a completely free resource that you can dig more into. It's a form of manifesto for me for building SaaS businesses. So if you got value from this video, smash that like button. It means the world to me and my team. I really appreciate you watching. I know these videos are long. If you enjoy this format, if you're getting value from this different format, Friday videos, this is very different than our Sunday and Wednesday videos, which are a lot more concise, a lot more produced. If you're getting value, comment below and let me know what you're thinking. We want feedback on how to improve these. If you are new, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so that you get notified every time I drop a video on how to build your SaaS business every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday with the TK energy. And that's pretty much it. I want to thank you for watching. And remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business. But when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode.